Hello. Today we'll be doing an experiment that turns salt water into fresh water. So first you're going to need 5 tablespoons of salt water. So after that, we're going to put the plastic on very tight, and we're going to get some tape. Want to tape it on very well. So you might want to pull it down a little and put the tape on. I'm supposed to be using a marble, but I don't have one, so we're going to use a golf ball.
So you're going to let it sit for hours.
And we're going to let it sit for hours in the sun, about 6. So there hasn't been much sunlight where it previously was, so we decided to move it somewhere where there's much more sunlight. After 30 to 40 minutes, nothing much has happened. But if you look closely, the water started to condense a little. Okay, as you can see, it's not in that much sunlight. So we're actually going to move it over there where there's a lot more. So now that it's more in the sunlight, it should not take as long. But if you look very closely, you could see that there is some water in that little bowl that we put in the middle. So that means it's starting to work. I'm going to tell you guys the concept of all the materials we're using. So I'm going to start up with the plastic. So if the plastic wasn't there, the water would not condense. And the water needs to condense for the experiment to work. So as you can see, the water's condensing. But you guys might be wondering, why do we have the golf ball? Well, the golf ball, it puts pressure. And if it wasn't there, all that water that condensed will just drop. So we want that water to condense, that condensed, to go down near here. And then because of that little bowl that I have there, the water will drop into that little bowl. And then the tape just keeps it down. And the big bowl holds the salt water. The little bowl holds the clean water, which will become, that salt water will become that clean water. After leaving the sun for enough time, we now have some normal water in here. That water used to be salt water. Now we still have some water in here. And now we have to put it in heat for 3 days. For my project, we need a heat source. So for my heat source, I have an old chameleon cage, and I'm gonna put the bowl in the chameleon cage and use the heat lamps for my heat source. As you can see, it's day 2, and now do you see that? That's all salt in the big cup. Now, all that salt water evaporated. After 3 days of sitting in heat, all the water has evaporated. This is all the salt water. It's hard. And then this is the clean water. It's all gone. And this is on the outside. So, this was my science project. I turned clean water into salt water, and then I had it evaporate. Thank you.